Do you need a doctor of some kind? What is the matter with you?
Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of 3 Geeks Flix. Joining me, as always, is the Muse, Justin Kyle. Say hello, everyone, Justin.
Hello, everyone.
Ah, yes, and of course, I am the Tech, Mitchell Wright. We've been gone for a couple days, had some crazy schedules as far as life goes, but we are here for you, for your viewing enjoyment. Yet again, this is a trailer break on the 2016 release of Jason Bourne. Now, I'm going to get straight to the cast. We're going to get the skinny, the narrow, to the meat and taters of it all. And the director is Paul Greengrass, which Justin brought up was the director, you believe, of the first one, and was really the only way Matt Damon was going to come back to the character and the film. And of course, going down the cast in no particular order, and I'm not going to hit every single one, but the of course, joining us again as Jason Bourne is Matt Damon. Julia Stiles returns as Nikki. New face is Tommy Lee Jones as Robert Dewey. Alicia Vikander, I'm not familiar with her. She's joining the cast. Vincent Castle. Riz Ahmed is Aaron Kalur. Otto Esenado. And there's a bunch of other names. And not really any of them have a lot of meaning right now. And I mean, this cast is huge, folks. If you go on IMDb and look it up, like I am scrolling, and they've got... you know, I don't know. Maybe they were giving a shout out to extras, and boy, they threw in like, threw in about 40 or 50 names here. So really, we're looking at is Matt Damon, Julia Stiles, Tommy Lee Jones right now, and then Riz Ahmed, I believe, is a face we've seen and a name we've heard before. I just can't pull the rabbit straight out of the hat.
That's nasty.
It's tough. It's hard. But as I always do, after we go through all those names, I look at you, Justin, and say, give it to me. What you got?
Okay, so it looks good. It's not what I kind of like the. It's tough. This is tough. I mean, I'm a Bourne fan, so like when we did that one. It was that one video when I was in Wichita Falls on business.
Right.
It was like the save or kill game, and then I said who would win, James Bond or Ethan Hunt, and I jokingly said, as a trick question, Jason Bourne would be both of them. I stand by those words. I think he would, because he's taking on the government, as opposed to some bad guy. He's taking on an entire nation, essentially. The first film, The Bourne Identity, was great. It was a good film. It was I give it about a solid 8.5. It was, if you go back to it, I think it came out like 99 or something, or maybe 2000. It's been a while.
Sure.
And it was one of the ones that really started the shaky cam. It was one of the first ones that really nailed shaky cam action. So it had a lot of imitators. This one, it looks good. I'm glad that Damon is back. I wasn't a huge fan of Legacy. I don't know if you've seen Legacy Tech. It was okay.
It was okay. It was at least a 7.5.
I give it a 7. Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't bad.
7.5. Yeah.
It was just kind of forgettable. That's the thing.
It was okay.
It was okay. It was all right. This one looks. For the first trailer, it looks good.
Indeed. Jumping right into it, and I'm gonna say I agree. It does look good. It is good to see Damon back. I love that they've kind of followed as far as the age of Damon and the character is what it looks like, and the fact that he's slowly more and more remembering, and it's coming back to him, and now he's remembered everything that's gone on, and they've said, I volunteered for a lie, and it's like, okay, well, yeah, what is that lie? And so it's going to have the story. They all have the story. They all have the action. The first one, I would have to give it at least a 9.5 myself, because it was groundbreaking in those visual effects and that shaky cam, when studios and other individuals in the industry told them that was a joke, and they laughed at them and said it would never work. And now, like you said, it's got imitators worldwide. So I don't necessarily know if this is going to break ground as far as the others did, but the cast is solid. And to jump right into that, Damon, Tommy Lee Jones, Julia Stiles coming back. As far as from what I can see, the supporting characters in the trailer working for the government, they appear to be not a weak point. So as long as there's not any weak characters or anything like that, Jones, Damon are going to be the highlight of the film. Julia Stiles, I like her, but at times her character, even though she kind of jumps from story to story, can be a little forgettable.
Right. But she's also been kind of small up to this point. She hasn't been like a lead,
Right. And it would be nice to see a little more of her being an integral role, and not just a blatant cameo for the sake of continuity,
Right. Now, Alicia Vikander, you've probably heard of a film called Ex Machina. It was a sci-fi film.
Oh, yes, okay, yeah.
She was the one that was in that. She also was in Dutch Girl, in which she won the Oscar this past year.
That's right. I know who she is now. Yeah.
You know who she is.
Yeah.
She is a fantastic actress. She really is.
Right.
She stole the show in Ex Machina. That was also with Domhnall Gleeson and
yes, it was.
Oscar Isaac, both of which are in The Force Awakens.
Yes, they are.
But yeah, Tommy Lee Jones. I'm glad that he's making some waves again. He's a great actress.
What did you say?
Yeah, cast looks solid.
Indeed. Visuals. Tell me what you think so far.
I think it's textbook Greengrass, and I think it's textbook franchise of the Bourne trilogy.
Absolutely.
It looks like it's the fourth one, and the Bourne Ultimatum is one of my favorite, because usually when you look at franchise, the third one is generally the hardest, I think, to get right. And the Bourne series, especially Ultimatum, is one of maybe you can name them on a hand of how many trilogies the third one is perhaps the best. I love the Bourne Ultimatum the best out of the first three.
Right.
And then I like Bourne Identity, and then I like Bourne Supremacy. This one looks like they're taking everything as far as action goes and escalating it, because I don't remember in any of those Jason Bourne had a rocket launcher on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
So the action-wise, but it still has that gritty feel. That's the thing. It's in the same vein as the franchise, and that's good. That's what the people are wanting for. Visually, top-notch.
Agreed. And one of the things I like about the whole Bourne films is they keep it grounded in the real life physics of it at all, and reality as far as what the weapons will do and can do. It is an action hero, and you could almost say, given that he's a government experiment, he is a superhero in the unlikely sense of the term. So,
right.
Visuals, oh, yeah. I mean, as far as the scenes, the car chase, and those cars getting flipped up by that armored car.
Right. Now, that's in Vegas, right? Does it look like it's in Vegas to you?
It looks like a Vegas shot. Atlantic City, Vegas, but I think it's Vegas for sure. Also, just kind of going from your different scenes and whatnot, just like the franchise is famous for, from growing city to city. It looks like they've done the same thing here, and it's, like you said, it's textbook classic Bourne. Nothing seems out of place. Everything will be well shot. It will be, like you say, green grass 101, and that's what we like. That's what we want. So no complaints whatsoever on that. Now, music. What do you think?
I've been waiting for this because if you're a true Bourne fan, then you should know that Jason Bourne has a theme, and it's not a score.
No.
I guess you could consider it a score because it was made for that. I don't know if it was made for it, but in Bourne Ultimatum, the composer remixed that theme specifically for that movie, and that is Extreme Ways by Moby. Mm-hmm. That is a great song, man. Most people don't know that, but in Bourne Ultimatum, when he's floating at the bottom, just like in the first one, and they start playing that song, Moby remixed that specifically for that trilogy. I was waiting, and they probably will.
They probably will, and I know exactly where you're going.
Not to, but and when I guess this is trailer 1, right? This is the first trailer. Okay,
yes.
So
you've had your teaser, and now this is trailer 1. So yeah.
Now I'm gonna hold off on this because. I mean, you would kind of think that they would be idiots not to throw that in a trailer, right? At some point, maybe trailer 3, just like if they did drop that theme, that could be kind of like, and for me, just because how much, and you too, how much we like music and trailers, that could be a mic drop at the end. Like, what if they don't play it and then like the last 30 seconds they start playing Extreme Ways in the final trailer? I was thinking that they would maybe do that, but the music was good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was fine. It was fine. It wasn't anything groundbreaking. It wasn't anything earth-shattering. It was fitting. So right. I agree with you completely. Given that we've kind of rolled through all those real quick, let's just go ahead and ask it. What's your verdict on this trailer? Give it to me, sir. Come on.
Well, I like the last thing, and they showed it in the Super Bowl spot as well, when he straight up drops that guy in the desert. Dude, he's gotten pretty ripped for this role, I gotta say.
And that's one of the things I meant to bring up. He has definitely put on muscle mass for sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't say to the extent of like Henry Cavill or like even
Chris Hemsworth or anything like that.
Chris Pratt, for Guardians, but. He's never been really out of shape either.
I said Hemsworth, but Pratt, yes.
Yeah. But, man, Hemsworth got jacked up for Thor, though, too. But, he, you could tell there's a reason why they took his shirt off in that fight scene. Because there's Jason Bourne, who's taken out, like, tens of other spies with his shirt on. And then he was going to fight some guy in the desert. I don't think that guy was a spy, hopefully, because it was in, like, an underground fight club. But, I like that final scene. My favorite part is not only after he straight up Mike Tyson's that guy within, a second, but the look afterwards, like he's looking around at people. That look on his face? I don't know how to explain that look. So, like, what do you think is going through his mind when is he looking at, like, he doesn't understand why these people are cheering him? Or is it confusing? Or he's like, yeah, that's right? Like, how would you explain that look? That look has been baffling me because I actually like that look more than the knockout.
That look tells me that he going through his head. He's just like, okay, maybe it's I've still got it. Maybe it's like after all this time, I've still got it, and I'm not scared of any one of you. And who's next?
Right. One of my favorite things about the Bourne franchise and what separates him, I would put him as the American James Bond, and I don't see them rebooting it. But one of the cool things about Jason Bourne. He's awkward. He's kind of an awkward spy. He's not a ladies' man. He's only had one girl in the franchise. Mm-hmm. Even the way he looks at people sometimes is just like, he seems like he could take your computer apart and kill you with it, but he doesn't know how to, like, serenade a girl and moonlight like James Bond. You know what I mean? It's just kind of... Sometimes these looks he gives you, you're just like, what? What are you doing? You weirdo?
And I thought, and you sit there and you think about that, and you're like, it's got to be something they did to him, some part of his brain that maybe it kind of got shut down or pushed to the back or whatnot, and so
Yeah, that's a good point, because the first thing you see in the trailer is he's still haunted. He's still haunted by this. He's laying in that little room by himself. And my favorite thing about this movie so far is the first trilogy, it's all about him remembering, right? But now you're caught up to it, and now you're finally going forward. That's what's exciting the most about this. So I don't know if I think I got sidetracked. I'm sorry, but I'll give this trailer a solid 8.
A solid 8.
Yeah.
Visually is on track. The score fit very well. The action scenes were awesome. Matt Damon is and was and always will be Jason Bourne. It is his role. If they ever reboot it in our lifetime, I will ridicule it, likely to the end of my last breath. So don't touch it. It's a 9 for me. It's a 9 for me. Music aside and whatnot, it looks like everything I want it to be and more. And given that a couple of movies that we have reviewed in trailers and they've looked so awesome, and then as far as the movie, the execution was not there, minus a couple that have come out. This one looks like it has the most promise of being that warm blanket we all want, know, and love. So it's a 9.
Yeah, I agree with you. That was a good way to describe it for sure. What's interesting also is if you go back and you look at the very first Bourne trailer, that was one of those things. That was one of those examples where the trailer gives off a completely different feel than the actual movie gave off. It had like all of this weird electronica music, and he's like this new suave agent that wakes up in the bench and he starts killing people. It's like, that's not what the movie's about at all.
No.
But this trailer, and this is why I'm going to bump mine after what you said, I'm going to bump up to 9, because this trailer is giving you the Bourne feel. It's giving the fans an homage to the fans. It knows what we want. It's like a little taste. So yeah, thank you, Mitchell. I'm bumping it up to a 9. I agree.
Okay. And we're taking it up a notch, folks.
It's good. It's real good.
So, given that. All right. Well, folks, I think we have nailed it down for you as far as it goes for the Jason Bourne. It is a 2016 release, of course, and I'll give you the do you know the actual date off the top of your head? If not, I'll give it to you. It's July 29th. July 29th, 2016. If you have not seen this trailer, watch it, because you're doing yourself a disservice, and shame on you.
You should be shame yourself.
Yes, you should be shame yourself. All right. Well, as always, check us out on Facebook, 3 Geeks Flix. Give us a like, some comments. We're also on Twitter. It's at the number 3 Geeks Flix, FLIX. Follow us. Holler at us. Troll us. Hey.
All of the above.
That's right. That's right. We'll take it. We'll take it.
Give it to us. Come on. We can take it.
And then, of course, YouTube, where you're watching all this. Subscribe. It's not hard. Sign up. You can generally look at other videos you couldn't if you don't subscribe. But keep it appropriate.
And if you subscribe, we will mail you a $100 check in the mail.
Do you even know what you just said?
No, we won't. No, that is you need to stop that.
Right, stop that. Silly.
That just escalated quickly, yes.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
But we will definitely comment back and thank you and keep in touch with you, because if you keep in touch with us, holler at us. We can have you on one of our Geek Speaks, and we can figure out a topic you want to talk about, have you on, be that third geek, let us know what you think. That's what all of this is about. That's why we're doing it. But until next time, folks, that is the Muse, Justin Kyle. I am the Tech, Mitchell Wright. Stay tuned to the glow of those monitors, because we're going to catch you next time. Good night. You were doing so good.
That's the story of my life.
Making life so much easier. Toby, get out of that cat box. No wonder you have butthole breath.
Can you see me right now?
No. Can you see me?
Yeah. Stop doing that.
Now let me tell you something.
What I need to do.
What don't you ever assume to know what you need to do?
Hey, I got a question for you. Do you like adventures?
That's a nice segue.
Do you like adventures?
Possibly.
Do you want to go on one? I've been wanting to say that to someone all day.
You know, that Paul, that Greengrass, he's a good young man. He's got nicely shaped eyes.
Are you looking at him right now?
No. Well, now that I see Mr. Greengrass, he's got hippie hair.
Yep.
And he's wearing those circle glasses. He thinks he's that Beatles fellow.
Yep.
And he needs to lay off the Taco Bell. Now, son, are you prepared? Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of 3 Geeks Flix.
I'm gonna do the whole show in that voice now.
Be like an announcer at a baseball game.
Yeah.
Let's go out to right field now.
Yeah. Kind of like the old Harry Carey. The Pope and the 30 contingent of Cardinals is here at the ballpark this evening. It's Big Hat Night here at the ballpark. Folks, if you're in jail, break out, be here. It's going to be fantastic. Because I'm going to IHOP with Mindy at about 11:15.
Are you really?
Yes.
Fair picture.
Aw, I love you, sad clown.
And that's a street portrait. I don't know if you can see that really good.
Is that Prince?
Purple rain, purple rain.
You know, I stood out in the rain one time and it never damn well once became purple. I was even listening to that song. People were going to be like, what the hell is he doing?
I'm down with the rainbow. Rainbows are beautiful.
Taste the rainbow. Pay up, Skittles. So we should probably do the show.